For all our viewers across Africa, I am Keminni, Amanor, and you're welcome to NC Continental Prime. Let's get into our first story now. It's been 9 years since 276 girls were kidnapped from Government Secondary School Chibok in Borno, North-Eastern Nigeria. Now, family members of the remaining missing girls, 98 of them, are still hopeful that someday their daughters, like others, will regain freedom. Meanwhile, 276 of them who were kidnapped, 276 of them were kidnapped, but only 98 remain in custody.
The incident sparked local and international outrage, with world leaders and activists putting enormous pressure on the Nigerian government to rescue the girls, with the hashtag #BringBackOurGirls going viral. So far, 178 of the girls have regained freedom, but sadly, many of them suffered serious violations as they returned home traumatized, some with children sired by Boko Haram terrorists.
Our appeal to President Muhammad Buhari as he leaves office in the next 6 weeks is to remember that he made promises that are yet to be fully fulfilled. There are 92 Chibok girls still in captivity whom he had a promise about. There are 14 Chibok girls who are back but held in custody with no information about them or any headway. There is Leah Sharibu, who is still in captivity to this day.
While there has since been some celebration over the returned girls, relatives of those still in captivity are hopeful that someday they too will be reunited with their daughters and sisters.
Ina sa rai, don ni gaskiya ban cire hope ba. Don sai na gan karshen wannan abun da in an kawo sauran duka ban gannawa ba. A haka din ma zan sa hope watakila tana hannun wani ne. Idan yayi ya so, in me shi ya zo ya sake ko da shekara nawa ne za mu zo mu haɗu. Ina da hope wannan. In ta mutu kuma wancan shi kenan.
Some are of the opinion that the attack on Chibok was actually an attack on the girl-child education, which already is the topical issue in parts of northern Nigeria. But optimists say the girl-child will continue to be educated. While Nigerians and the rest of the world hope that someday the remaining missing schoolgirls will eventually be found, the story of Chibok is a reminder that terrorism has become a global battle, and if it must be won, it will take a combined effort of governments across the world. Bernard Akede, reporting for News Central.
Let's have a chat about this. Barrister Mustapha Zanna is an educator and director of Future Prowess Foundation, is joining me from Maiduguri in Nigeria for more on this. Barrister, can you believe it's been 9 years already?
Yeah, well, actually, it's been 9 years, and that these children were abducted from the Chibok girls were abducted. But what actually happened is that for the past 2 years or thereabout, when the incident happened, nobody knows where the students are. It was after a long period of conflict resolutions and others that we were able to trace them and then get them back. And it was through the proper mediation that has gone into the process that made them to be good. Notice, no matter how honestly one may wish to lay content to the thing, the Bring Back Our Girl, the hashtag that is, which is a celebrity back, Bring Back Our Girls has tremendously helped in the process by making the boys' diagnosis to be known. Yeah, so that has really made the process to realize. But many other girls have been violated. Many other issues have been, but the inability on our part to have a harmonious process that we can put in place to get them back has not been done. So that has
Very well. And I want us to talk about that, but how has the kidnapping of the Chibok girls affected the overall education landscape in North-East Nigeria, particularly for young girls?
Yes, what happened actually that there is this sheer resistance to girls' child education in this part of the region, much earlier than that. But when the incidents happen, there is this fear on part of parents that when we leave our own daughters to go to school, there is no safe place, that these children may be abducted, or they can be killed, all these sort of things are there. But honestly, as we are now witnessing, there is a single aspect that has not been met. And that is to tell you that there is a safe space now. There is a tremendous, the Boko Haram insurgencies have been put into the barest minimum. The militaries have done their best. They are no longer seen in an enclave or an area which they occupy. So you cannot hear any other objection or children being killed or that they've been attacked. So all these attacks have made the things to go down. The government at this aspect, I think, has tried, and they are trying to make
very well. So Barrister, as an educator, what challenges would you say that you have faced in providing education to girls in the region amidst the ongoing humanitarian crisis there?
Well, one thing that people should know, that no matter how honestly one may wish to lay content, the prodigious number of girls' childs in the street has, if you go by the UNICEF numbers, they are just growing by leaps and bounds. That is not good for any other person to say the government has the ability to carry this alone. No matter how you wish, government alone cannot do this thing alone. But the international development partners that has come has tremendously helped by bringing all other activities like, it is such a multifaceted approach. Some of them are into education, some of them are in livelihood. So that has really brought in the much needed educational trend. Like if you look at our population, the 2003 populations are girls. So all these things are efforts that the international community or international development partners have made. So that has really helped.
What would you say are some of the success stories of girls who have been rescued and reintegrated into society? Can you share any of them with us?
Yes, what happened actually that the first, 20, some of them are in the United States. In fact, one of the girls that was given to me is Rebecca Mal. I saw her in the United States some months when I was in the US. So he is currently schooling there. And many others, all of them went to American University. In those that are rescued after the one or two girls are in Captivity, American University in Yola. And some of them are being good, and some of them are being graduated. So that is enough for them. But those that are not in captivity, the whole fight of Boko Haram is against Western education. So there is no way those that are in captivity can get the education. But when you look at them, some of them have this syndrome, the Stockholm syndrome, where they identify with their captors. So there is no way you can say you will keep them. But there are certain ways that you can do. You don't say, no, Boko Haram is fighting.
Very well. But Barrister, we'll leave our conversation here for now. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this. Thank you so much for your time.